Aloha, welcome to the seventh episode of the ninth series of the Templeofsurf the podcast. Today with us from France, pro surfer Eduardo Del Pero. We discuss with him about surfer, travel, waves, and much more. Hi Eduardo, welcome to the show. Where are you today?
Thank you. I'm in Biarritz at home. It's pretty cold and the winter is definitely coming, so just chilling home for now.
Okay, winter is coming. It looks like the Game of Thrones kind of.
Yeah.
So, but what to do? But winter means also big waves, but not all of them surfable, right?
Yeah, no, definitely not. Sometimes it's pretty stormy here and you don't want to go outside. You don't want to go out, definitely.
Yeah, I was looking at the forecast in Biarritz a couple of weeks ago, and it was like giant, But then I spoke with my friends over there. They were like, "Okay, yes, Alessandro, but no, nobody's out there."
Oh, definitely not.
The storm.
There is some place you can go when it's super stormy, but it's better to change places, like get out of Biarritz and find somewhere a little bit more quiet. That's for sure.
Exactly. And sometimes it's also good to stay home at the heat and not to
Exactly.
Cool. So today we're going to talk about many things, your surfing experience, of course. But the first question I have for you is what I ask everyone on the show. So, in your opinion, what is the most important thing in surfing?
I would say enjoy.
Yes, as simple as that, right? We should.
Simple as it is, take some pleasure. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We should do things like if we are lucky, we should do all the time things that make us have fun and enjoy, right?
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, no, but we all have a job and we have to go to it, and but we take advantage of the good moments that surf is giving us and the ocean is giving us. So no matter where it's in a surf pool or in ocean and in the sea, it's all welcome, right?
It definitely helps. Yeah, that's for sure. That definitely helps sometimes.
Cool. So I have a passion that is the one of surfboards, and so I know that I might ask the question that you've been answer for like million of time, but I'm interested in knowing your first proper surfboard, like the one that you were dreaming about having in your, I don't know, in your early years, and I also would like to know if you still have that one.
What do you mean, my board, that first board I had in my life?
Yeah, your first surfboard that you really wanted, not the first one that you had in your life, because maybe it's just like something that has been given to you or not. And I want to know if you were able to keep it with you until today.
Yeah, actually, yes, because before I was always surfing my brother's board and my father's board to learn and just go in the water, and I got my first shortboard when I was probably 13 years old, and that was a surfboard that we made it come from Australia at the time, because one of the surf shop in Marseille that we've been going a lot, and the guy owning it still owns the surf shop. It's called Massilia Surf Shop. Had a containers coming from Australia with warners, and we actually ordered one, and there was a month of waiting, and I remember like actually receiving that first board made for me, and that was pretty amazing.
Yeah. And if
I still have it. It's in my garage.
Okay,
hanging.
that's good. That's good, in fact. And it's I was thinking, because for us European surfers, we have to wait the container, whether it comes from US or from Australia. It's a common thing, right? Because unless we take from local shapers that are amazing, by the way, and there in Biarritz and nearby and there and all the cities and villages around is amazing surfboard shaper over there. But in the past, there was the only way was to get these big containers, and there was a little bit of everything inside, right? So
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
it's a good, like because it makes us. I think it makes us want the surfboard even more, right? We're waiting for it, and finally arrives.
Yeah, nowadays I feel like somebody now when you have a connection somewhere and somebody is coming back from a place, you can actually order a board and find a deal with your friend to make him like come back to not long to not have to order like containers of board with some people, so
Uh,
it's a little bit more manageable, I will say, but yeah, sometimes it makes us like definitely being super stoked to receive the board, that's for sure.
Yeah. Especially if the friend doesn't have idea about the length of the surfboard, because I asked one of my friends to bring me a Bing from California 9.2. And then he was like, Alessandro, I hate you, it was the worst experience in my life.
I can imagine that going back from US with a surfboard like this, if he wasn't prepared, that's for sure.
In the airport carrying a 9.2 was a huge stuff, Anyway, he's still my friend, so I mean, I've been good to him. Cool. And so okay, that was your first surfboard at 13 years old. And then how have you decided to go into competition? I know your family is a big name in competing world, but how do you decided to go and
Uh, it actually came pretty naturally because when I was 13 or something like this, I was living in Marseille and my brother was already in the Basque Country in Biarritz for the sport and studies formation, like when you do high school and surf formation at the same time. So I was really like taking him as an example in his path. And I was actually moving a lot towards Biarritz for the weekend sometimes to participate in the local contest. My first French championships were in 2003 too. So that was pretty much the year I really started like being supported by also my club, my today's club in Biarritz, the Biarritz Association Surf Club, the Basque. Um, and it came naturally, and I always did like longboard and shortboard at the same time because I felt that like was quite fun. So I kept doing both and trying to improve my surfing in both disciplines. And yeah, it just came like this. And basically took my brother as an example, definitely. And I really wanted to go in Biarritz and live in Biarritz.
Mm.
So I moved there when I was 14 then.
And what does it take? This is a question that only very few people like you can answer. What does it take to become a champion in your own country? You know?
First, I think you need to start believing in it, that it's possible, I guess. But you don't really know it's happening till it's happening. I guess it's at every level is the same thing. You have an objective, you fix yourself, but you need to believe in that objective when you try to put the actual things in order to achieve it. So I don't know if I one day told myself I want to be a French champion or anything like this. Really clear as it is, but more like I really wanted to compete and try to push my limits and try to beat the others, basically, because that's the that's the game. And yeah, I don't know. And when it's actually happening, it's either a relief if you miss some opportunities sometimes, or like a kind of a relief in some ways, and a joy in terms of accomplishing your goal. That's for sure.
Okay, yeah, I get the relief part. Okay, but I guess the relief parts maybe it doesn't last that much, right? Because then you compete again, right? You're champion and you're ready to the next.
Yeah, it depends. That's why I said it depends of the objective and like what has been your path, towards this objective. I guess that's what I would say. It's pretty much like because all the path makes it. like what it is at the end, that's all the past that matters. And so when you reach the goal, actually, it's just a moment that's super ephemeral. It's so like such a short amount of time. So once it's done, and you need to look forward for another thing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But for the rest of the people, you are the champion. On which it's like that.
I think it's basically it's just the title we put on like, of course, like the specific day there will be one winning and who will be the champion. But in reality, like it's more like your look at yourself that you put after what you put into the contest that matters the most. Because of course you want to achieve the goal, but sometimes there is so many things that happens that you're not controlling in surfing, that you like we play with the ocean, and sometimes the ocean is not with you at all. So it's something that it's different than other sports. You need to accept, and there is like I think a way to really push yourself and do your best and put everything you can to reach your goals. But at some point, also like be gentle and reward yourself for what you achieved, because you don't control everything. We're not machines, so it's important, I think, too.
But I think it's also the beauty and the democratic aspect of surfing in a certain way, because okay, you can be the best surfer, the great surfer, but you still have to deal with the ocean, right? And the ocean, it's unpredictable, and the waves are unpredictable. They are not all the same. That can make like a perfect wave, let's say, can make the not the best athlete, or not the, let's say, not the most performing one, they win in a certain contest, right? On which
Yep.
it's amazing. It doesn't happen in any other sport, at least that I can think about now.
Yeah, it's the tricky part of surfing. You need to accept, like, definitely, if it's your day, it's your day. Like, no matter how you do in the water, and sometimes you can do stupid mistakes, but it will happen to play in your way, in your side, on your side, when the wave just appears to be the next one. Like, I don't know, some stupid priority mistake, but somehow there is another one behind, and you get it and you win with this. So I think you can put yourself in the best condition possible to be ready to deal with what's happening with you. But at the end, like, there is really a mystic part into surfing, I feel like, because you definitely need a wave, and if the wave comes, it comes, and if it doesn't, it just doesn't. So
Exactly.
yeah.
And that could explain eventually also what they're saying regarding competing in surf pools or competing in ocean, right? If you,
Yeah, because this is the only way, like, it's kind of equal for competitors in swimming pool, because no matter what, you will have your wave, and that's really more about performance and being able to perform at a certain time. So yeah, it's definitely changing a lot. But then after, you have the opposite side with surfing, because surfing is also being the ocean and dealing with the ocean. So it takes out what surfing is in some ways. So I don't know. It's just
no,
you need to make the balance, but I think it's actually positive for the sport. Definitely. I don't know if it's I don't, I don't know if it's a good, bad thing, but definitely good in terms of promoting the sport and having like amazing level of surfing in the future. That's for sure.
yeah, and also for those people that I don't know, they are in the middle of Europe, let's say in Switzerland or Austria,
Of course.
and
Of
to
course.
engage.
I'm telling you, people from Marseille are definitely looking at this, because it's like, so, I mean, from the Mediterranean Sea, look how like less frequent the waves are, and everybody's onto it when it's actually happening, and it's the craziness, absolutely crazy in the water when it's happening. So I think it's only the best if there is a swim wave pool to actually release the stress of not having waves or whatever.
Exactly. I agree with you. You can just like take an hour, get few waves, go back to your office place or whatever you were doing before, and not crowd the lineup unnecessarily, let's say, even if that will never stop.
Yeah. I will never stop, that's for sure.
We can hope for it, but it will never stop. It will never stop. So, talking about waves, what was the best wave of your life, or the most meaningful one for you?
Well, are you talking about like one particular wave
I mean,
that
yes,
I surfed, or just like a session, or?
know that you surfed, like we all have that wave that is memorable for us. Maybe because we surf it amazingly, or because we were in a place with friends. I don't know.
Uh-huh, uh-huh. Yeah, I don't know. It's a hard question. I feel like there is one place I go to Morocco every time I can, and that's for me one of the like the best wave in the world. But I don't know. Just I would say definitely Gatorade. I feel like
Okay.
in terms of feeling home, and not that I'm like a local over there, but definitely feeling home and having a longboard wave like really really beautiful and pretty good. But yeah, I don't know. That's a hard one. I
Okay.
remember one wave that I had in El Quemao in Canary Island. That was probably one of the best wave I've had in my life. But I have other ones that come up in my head in Osegor, Leland, and crazy bars on crazy sandbars we found, and just crazy sessions. The whole thing with friends yelling at each other, just few people in the water. So I feel like there is a lot of. I guess I'm lucky to have like a lot of memories that are good like this. So
Well, of course, like we never stop surfing until we old, right? Hopefully, so then there are a lot of memories that are creating in the future as well. So far, I think good ones.
I had really good sessions in the Mediterranean Sea also. It's like I have few sessions that I still remember from the place I learned surfing, and I'm still surfing. And I actually went surfing like a couple of weeks ago, and it's pretty amazing because that's like really the going back to the source, and surfing a wave, even if it's not crazy good waves, you have that feeling that when it's actually good for the place, you just like enjoy it so much.
Exactly. You don't want to never go back to the shore, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Well, at some point you have, because you can't paddle anymore. So
Yes. It's a physical thing, the body
yeah.
telling you to stop what to do. Cool. And okay, and but I was thinking, when you were talking about Osegor, it's a pity that there is no more Osegor Pro, right?
For the World Tour,
Yes.
for the shortboard World Tour, yeah, it's a pity, but I think they did a good contest this year with Jeremy Flores put on a good contest, and I feel like I mean, I saw it from the outside, but it felt like it was more like what surf contest should be, and like a lot of fun and people enjoying their time like most of the time, and not like just do their own, and not like share anything with anybody on the contest, because they just do their heat, they leave when they lose. It's a different vibe, just everybody staying at the time and enjoying the whole trip together. So it's pretty cool. I feel like they did a good thing.
Yeah. And what about when enjoying the trip together? Like I have always a question related to meeting with surfers. So what was the surfer that you end up meeting, and that meeting was particularly meaningful or memorable for you?
You mean like a well-known surfer, an icon I was looking for, or something?
Surfer. It can be the one well known that you were dreaming to meet, or it can be like, I don't know, a surfer that nobody knows, that you met in a travel far away, but that was meaningful for you because that meeting gave you something more, personally speaking.
I would say like a trip like we did in Papua New Guinea in 2017 for the World Longboard Tour. We actually had the chance to stay in a place like all together, but for some of them that stayed a little bit longer after the contest, we had the chance to actually surf somewhere else, and we met like kids from there, like kids from the place, and surfing with just like wood or anything, and they were just really good actually with what they were surfing, and so much I don't know, so much energy coming out of them and sharing what they like, the smile on their face. It was pretty unique. That was pretty unique.
Those are the things that change your art, right? When the most simple thing, but the most meaningful one, right? Like,
Yeah, it's crazy moments that you will remember for sure because but it's out of your everyday life, of course, but it's powerful, because it's like such unique moments. It's kind of crazy, yeah.
talking about,
But I had the chance to meet so many like legends of surfing and longboarding, and those were like amazing moments shared with them too, and sessions too. So yeah, but there is definitely a lot of moments here.
no, the question was about meaningful ones. So I guess meeting those kids in a remote area of the world.
Yeah, I think it's more like for me, I would like I would associate that to the sometimes the energy there is in a meeting with somebody. So that takes out from the travel, the place, or what you live during that travel too. So it makes it even more like, I don't know. It depends depending on what happened during your travel, but there is some crazy moments sometimes that happens during travels, even more than your everyday life. I feel like because you're so receptive to all what's around you more than your hometown and when you're doing your things every day. So yeah.
And talking about the longboard tour and the many victories or not that you had during the World War Tour, was there one specific event that you will never forget in your life?
Yeah. Yeah, there is one, and that will be actually Taiwan in 2017.
Okay.
I love that place. I really love that place. I went there a couple years, and we had the contest 3 years there, I think. I don't exactly remember, but I think that was the year 2017, 18, 19. Um, yeah, 2017 was definitely a huge one because I was really sick during the event. Like I had a kind of a dinghy
Oh,
uh, just when there was a couple days off ahead. And so I got lucky because we were into the semis, and in the semis, man on man. So we were only four, and no, yeah, we were only four left, and only three of us could win the world title and go with a surf off with a Taylor at the moment. And every the morning they call the event off, and I was like really looking for that because I was pretty bad, like high fever and sleeping all day, just pretty bad. And finally, like when I had a little release, they actually run the contest, and it went like, actually, like I said, like it went my way. Like even if I did priorly mistake or anything, that was everything was happening my way. I got the good scores, the waves coming to me until the end because Taylor beat me on that one, and but I remember the wait in between the final of the event and the surf off between Taylor and me for the world title, because I won the event. There was all the euphoria of winning an event and winning one of the two events of the year. But then, like, need to focus back on what was happening like 30 minutes after. And unfortunately, I exploded physically. I didn't make it out. Like, I took a wave at the beginning of the heat, and the heat was probably 35 minutes, and it took me 20 minutes to get back outside.
ah, You went-
after. Like I took the first one in the first minute, and then when I got outside again after my first wave, there was only 10 minutes left or something. So I was like dead physically. And I managed to get a good one, but I was missing another score and I needed a six something and I had a five. Anyway, you won.
Life, right?
Exactly.
And today, what are you focusing on? What are your key projects? You still traveling, I guess?
Yeah, I minimize my travel a little bit. Or I mean, I'm tending to minimize it because I'm not an example for traveling a lot. It's not a good thing, but I'm trying to manage it with my personal life too to change between France and USA. I mean, last year I did that. So when I'm in USA, I try to, if I travel close to that part, you know. But mostly traveling for the contest because it's been 2 years now. I mean, 2 years. There is a lot of contest now on the World Longboard Tour, and it's pretty like far and expensive. So definitely trying to keep some money to do that and manage the travels for that. So yeah, that's the focus. That's the goal still, and yeah, that's the plan.
And the airlines are treating your boards well or no?
Kind of tricky sometimes, but I've been lucky overall. I feel like.
Is a problem of traveling with longboard, right?
Yeah, it's the madness of traveling with longboard. Sometimes two board bags. It's a nightmare. Definitely a nightmare. Heavy. You break your back walking in the airport. Just putting the board bags everywhere. It's pretty. Sometimes it's a little bit gnarly.
And who's your shaper today? What are you surfing?
So I'm surfing my models that I developed with Torque surfboards.
Mhm.
And we developed two models and actually a third one recently. Three models of longboard. The third one will be only available in 2025, but two have been out this year that we developed with my shaper Alain Mainviel,
Yeah.
that I've been riding forever, you know. And the boards, like it's super cool because the boards are coming out really good and are working really good. So in terms of having the availability to have like plenty board and try like little modifications in the research and development with Torque, it's pretty amazing because they have such a good structure and so that's good.
Talking about legendary shaper, no? Alain Manviel is amazing. For who knows, we're talking local shapers, right? No more waiting for a cargo to come, but
Of course, Alain is an amazing shaper and he like of course he brought me where I am today because I followed the path of my brother, of course, and he still like does boards for Antoine and Damien and Damien Castera and I. And yeah, just evolved with our surfing, and there was a lot of long discussions and work towards the boards we actually end up commercializing right now. So yeah, this is pretty unique to have that relation with him.
yeah, I was lucky enough to have one of his board, and I remember when I went and collected, first thing he told me, Alessandro, you must give me a feedback about this board. And just
Which model was it? Which
I
model was it?
it was a 9.2 square tail Glasson Finon, like a traditional longboard. It was a custom, so there was no model. To close this interview, we're gonna finish with a short Q&A session. So please answer the first thing that comes up to your mind. Okay?
All right.
The best surfboard that you ever rode.
The longboard I'm riding right now.
Okay. The last one is the good one. Cool. Favorite surfer of all time?
Whoa, like this. I don't know. I would say Slater. Kelly Slater, definitely.
Any longboard?
There is a few, but I would say my brother.
Okay. You keep it in the family. I like that. Personal question: your favorite song or kind of music?
Mellow songs, reggae most of the times.
Okay, nice.
Hard questions.
A lot of surfers answer.
I don't have a specific, response for all those questions, but I'm trying anyway.
It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. There is no judgment, and reggae is great. So we all love it. So no problem at all. Maybe you already answered to this question during the interview. Favorite surf spot?
Cap Saint Louis, Marseille.
Ah, okay. I thought it was Morocco.
Yeah, that too, but I don't know. There is a few.
Okay.
These
Favorite
names I cannot tell, so I'm just
No, okay. We
telling a name I can tell.
we don't get you in trouble. We want to keep the secret spots. Then favorite shaper of all time.
Alain Maviel.
Okay. And the last question is a little bit unusual. Please don't ask me why I came up with this question. I don't remember. I would like to know your best relationship advice.
Relationship advice.
Yeah, it can be friends, romantic, a relationship with a surfboard. I don't know. What
Communication.
It's good, right?
That's the main part. That's for sure.
A lot of problems. Thank you so much, Eduardo, for being on the show with me today. I look forward to talk to you very soon.
Thank you, man. I appreciate.
Ciao. Take care. Hi, it's me again. I hope you enjoyed our today's episode. If you want to know more about us, please follow www.templeofsurf.com and all our social media. Mahalo!